Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join me as we explore Southwest's lost historical characters, stunning desert vistas, forgotten Native American history, or tales of lost gold mines. There's always something new to discover. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. Sit back and enjoy. Welcome to the Southwest Desert, the channel that delves into the mysteries of lost history, lost treasures, and hidden riches. Today, we're venturing into the rugged terrain of Arizona to uncover the legend of the lost Squaw Hollow Gold Mine. Grab your prospecting gear and join us as we sift through the sands of time to reveal a tale of pioneer bravery, Apache warfare, and a gold strike so rich it has become the stuff of legend. Our story begins in 1864, a time when the American Southwest was still wild and untamed. The air was thick with tension as settlers pushed westward, encroaching on Apache lands. It was in this volatile environment that a group of pioneer Indian fighters, led by the renowned Colonel Woolsey, found themselves in a region about 40 miles north of present-day Phoenix, Arizona. Among these men was Judge J.T. Allsap, a figure whose testimony lends credibility to our tale. The judge, along with his compatriots, had just engaged in a skirmish with a small band of Apache warriors. As the dust settled from their encounter, they made camp in an area known as Squaw Hollow, located in the Camp Creek country, roughly 10 miles south of Bronco Canyon. Picture, if you will, these hardy men, their nerves still jangling from the recent fight, setting up camp in the shadow of the rugged hills. But for some of these pioneers, the thrill of battle was quickly replaced by the lure of gold. While most of the group rested, a few intrepid souls decided to try their luck prospecting in the nearby hills. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for more Southwest adventures. If you would like to help support my channel in time, hit the super thanks heart icon on the bottom of the video and contribute. This is very helpful. Sit back and enjoy. Now, dear listeners, imagine the scene when these amateur prospectors returned to camp just a few hours later. Their eyes were wide with excitement, and in their hands they carried a prize that would set any gold seeker's heart racing, a hat brimming with gold ore. But this wasn't just any gold ore. According to Judge Allsap, it was the richest he had ever laid eyes on. In an instant, the mood in the camp must have shifted. Gone were the thoughts of Apache attacks and the hardships of frontier life. Instead, visions of wealth and the promise of a better future surely danced in their minds. But as we'll soon learn, fate had other plans for our pioneering prospectors. Just as the group was reveling in their newfound fortune, the harsh reality of their situation came crashing back. The Apache warriors they had encountered earlier returned, and this time, they weren't alone. They had brought reinforcements, and suddenly, Colonel Woolsey and his men found themselves vastly outnumbered. In the face of this overwhelming force, the pioneers had no choice but to beat a hasty retreat. In their rush to escape, they left behind no markers, no clues to guide them back to their incredible discovery. The golden treasure they had held in their hands just moments before was now lost to the wilderness. As the years passed, the men who had been present at that fateful discovery became separated. The brutal Apache wars continued to rage across the territory, making any return to Squaw Hollow a perilous proposition. But the memory of that rich gold ore lingered in their minds, a tantalizing secret they all hoped to one day reclaim. You see, each of these men had harbored the dream of returning to stake their legal claim on the gold ledge. This shared ambition had kept them from spreading word of their discovery, Little did they know that their silence would turn their secret into one of the Southwest's most enduring lost treasure tales. Fast forward many years. The Apache Wars had finally come to an end, and the Southwest was entering a new era of relative peace. It was during this time that Judge Alsap, older but still driven by the memory of that gold-filled hat, decided to return to Squaw Hollow. The judge set up his base of operations at Camp Creek, not far from the site of their original discovery. Day after day, he scoured the area, his eyes constantly scanning the ground for any sign of that elusive gold ledge. But as he searched, he made a surprising discovery, or rather, a lack of discovery. There were no mines in the area, no prospect holes, nothing to indicate that any of his former companions had returned to claim their prize. The land remained as wild and untouched as it had been on that fateful day in 1864. This realization must have filled the judge with a mix of hope and frustration. The gold was still out there, waiting to be found, but its exact location remained a mystery. Our tale takes an intriguing turn. Years after Judge Alsap's fruitless search, a new character enters our story, an old Mexican sheep herder. This unnamed herder was driving his flocks down from the hills into the Salt River Valley when he decided to make camp one night in Squaw Hollow. To his surprise, he wasn't alone in this remote spot. He encountered a man living in a cabin, a solitary prospector who was working what he claimed to be a rich gold mine in the vicinity. Picture this scene: the lonely cabin in the wilderness, the bleating of sheep mingling with the sound of ore being crushed, and two men sharing stories around a campfire. The prospector revealed to the sheep herder that he was extracting gold from his secret mine, crushing the ore in a large iron mortar and panning it in the creek. But what's truly fascinating is the purpose behind his lonely endeavor. He told the sheep herder that he was sending the gold east to put his son through college. But like many elements of our story, this prospector and his mine seemed to vanish into thin air. When the sheep herder returned to Squaw Hollow in later years, he found no trace of the man or his mining operation. All that remained were the ruins of the cabin and a small pile of tailings nearby, silent testaments to the prospector's former presence. Interestingly, the sheep herder didn't search for the ledge himself. Perhaps he wasn't interested in gold, or maybe he respected the unwritten code of the frontier that a man's claim was his own. Whatever the reason, he simply remembered the rich ore he had seen at the cabin, and later shared the story with a friend who had an interest in mining. As we near the end of our tale, let's consider why this rich gold deposit has managed to elude discovery for so long. The answer lies in the very landscape of Squaw Hollow and its surroundings. This is a land thickly overgrown with manzanita brush. This hardy shrub, with its dense twisting branches, can form impenetrable thickets that obscure the ground from view. Unless a quartz outcropping is large enough to stand above this sea of green, it would be incredibly difficult to spot, even for the keenest-eyed prospector. This challenging terrain might explain why the gold ledge discovered by the Indian fighters and possibly rediscovered by the lone prospector has remained hidden all these years. It's entirely possible that countless treasure seekers have walked right past the site, the gold literally hidden beneath their feet. As we come to the present day, the lost Squaw Hollow Gold Ledge remains just that, lost. Its story has become one of the most enduring and tantalizing lost treasure tales of the Southwest. Unlike many such stories, this one comes with a degree of credibility, thanks to the testimony of respected figures like Judge Alsap and the eyewitness account of the Mexican sheep herder. The questions linger. Was the ledge found by the Indian fighters the same one worked by the lone prospector years later? Does the gold still lie hidden beneath the manzanita, waiting for a lucky prospector to stumble upon it? Or has it already been found, mined in secret by someone who chose to keep their fortune to themselves? As we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect on what the story of the lost Squaw Hollow Gold Mine represents. It's more than just a tale of hidden treasure. It's a glimpse into the hearts and minds of the pioneers who shaped the American Southwest. The lost mine of Squaw Hollow may or may not still exist, but its legend persists, a testament to the enduring mystery and romance of the Old West. It reminds us that even in our modern world, there are still secrets waiting to be uncovered, fortunes waiting to be made, and adventures waiting to be had. So the next time you find yourself in the rugged country north of Phoenix, take a moment to scan the manzanita-covered hills. Who knows? You might just spot a glint of quartz peeking through the brush, the first clue to solving one of the Southwest's most enduring mysteries. This has been the Southwest Desert. I'm your desert frontiersman, Alan, reminding you that the greatest treasures are often the stories themselves. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to write the next chapter in the saga of a lost treasure. Happy trails. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.